my gosh. 400. We've continued our streak for 400 episodes? Nice. Alright, well, hello and welcome back to Lumosity. This will be the 401st episode. Oh, no, 404th episode. No, it's like way more than that, I'm pretty sure. This will be the 401st, way more than 401st. No, this will be the 401st day where I've kept my, streak. Yes, the streak continues. The 401 and beyond. My system of being in a time zone way beyond my real time zone has worked out well. It continues, doesn't it? Oh, I'll check later. How do I feel today? Good. Great. No good. I slept last night. The number of hours equal to a number between 4 and 11. Averaged. That would be right, like 7:30, but I'm pretty sure it's more closer to 7. Let's see, 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock is 7. Yes, good. Playing. Of course, I got up at like 11:15. Went to sleep at 3:45, which is why I say 7:30. So actually, what I said 4:11 is perfect. Wait. What's crazy about that is that when I said 4:11, I wouldn't even think about the fact that I actually went to sleep at 4 and got up at 11. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. My brain works in mysterious ways, as do all our brains, no doubt. Much. Ooh, I wonder if we're gonna get to play Word Bubbles today. I love that game. You know what? One of these games I'm sure I'm going to replace Word Bubbles with Word Bubbles. So, now that you're in the studio again, you want to talk about something interesting? Well, sure. It's really hot in this room, but I didn't turn the air conditioner on because I think I can bear it. It's an oppressive heat. It's stuffy. There's no airflow. I can barely breathe. But I figure, not gonna waste all that electricity just to cool off a room for like 10 or 15 or 90 minutes of recording. 20 minutes, probably more like. So, yeah, I'm just gonna bear it. I'm just gonna suck it up. Take it. And like it. It's cozy, you might say. Yes, cozy, yeah. Spatial Speed Match. What else? You're gonna teach us how to fly. Alright. So I never really made much progress on that. Alright, so the takeoff. I'll just tell you about the tail wheel. I kinda know the basic. I kinda know what you're supposed to do with a tricycle gear. But I had never flown a tricycle. Well, no, I don't think I ever have. No, never flown tricycle gear. So I can't really tell you from experience. Of course, it's not like my experience would actually be able to tell you anything, because you're not going to be able to experience my experience. I could tell you about my experience, but the words I utter, having had the experience, might be the same as the words uttered by someone who did not have the experience. It's mere words. Now, someone who did not have the experience, but has studied it, they might even have better words to say. Someone who's a teacher might have words that you could comprehend better. So... But while you're here listening to me talk, for some reason, thank you for doing that, by the way, whatever your reason, I've come to the conclusion that I have no clue why people watch, but that people do anyway, and so thanks, and I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing, and people will watch, and I'll, put stuff out there from the watch, and they, like 4 people in the world watching religiously, and I'm like, what? Are you serious? But they do anyway, but or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, man, I got 47 subscribers now. Of course, my goal of getting 100 by the what was it? By May 4th next year. It's going good. 2 subscribers in the last 4 days. If I do that every 4 days, I'll be there in the jiffy. Ha. Of course, I lose some every once in a while, but gain more than lose. Observation tower. I figure that at some point I'm going to be losing more than I can gain, just because there's just so many I've got already that, you know, one of them's going to leave, and that's the brakes. And I'll top off. Oh, it's terrible. I still think about that. That's depressing. Alright, so basically, so the takeoff. I've covered that. The takeoff, an tail dragger, a conventional geared airplane. First, you have to pick up speed. Alright, you start. Let's try short field takeoff. Alright, so short field takeoff. If you got flaps, put them in now. Alright, this is short field. Because, well, at least for my plane, you can't put in the flaps while you're going. Some planes you might be able to, and that would be optimal probably. You know, no drag from the flaps when you're picking up speed. But mine though, if you're going too fast, you can't pull that flap bar. You just can't. Most of the time when I was going on a landing, I was like, even if I could get it, I was often able to put the flaps in all but the last notch. Because I just wasn't strong enough. Oh, it was sad. I just couldn't, I wasn't strong enough. So, yeah, who would have guessed? Flying. Ugh, it's a physical endeavor. It's like flying with my own arms. Anyway. So you got the flaps, put them in now. It's just one thing less to worry about when you're, you know, taking off, picking up speed. You ought to be messing with the flaps when you should be focusing on staying down the runway. Goodness. So, that's the first thing. Hold the brakes and bring the engine to maximum throttle. This is short field. Yes, bring the throttle fully in at holding this, and you want to hold the stick all the way back, because that will make sure that the tail does not pop up and your propeller hits the ground, because that would be very bad. You do not want your propeller hitting the ground. That's very bad, particularly while it's in motion. Yeah. If that happens and you survive, which you probably would, but if you might get hurt. It's possible. It's conceivable. But if that happens, they pretty much have to take the engine all the way apart, check every single part of it, and put it all the way back together again in replacing any damaged parts that there might have been. It's one of the worst things that can happen to an engine, is to have the prop hit the ground. It's awful. It's just so terrible. Plus the prop's absolutely ruined, as you might imagine. So, immortal. That's what you're gonna do. Immortality. And then you want to release the brakes all at once. Immortalness. Alright. Import. I'm gonna have to focus here. Imports, imported, importer, importers. Importing, important. Import, importance. Imam. Immolate. What? Really? I thought that was a word. Immolate? I want to know how this is spelled now. Okay, it makes sense. Daggone it. Immerse. Yes. No. Oops. Oh, gosh. I placed stalls of rubber. How did I think of that? Ugh.
Anyway, as I was saying, let's go ahead and finish this thought before we continue. So, you let go of the brakes all at once. You keep the tail down until you've picked up sufficient speed so that you can stably hold the tail up. At which point, and of course, this entire time you want to be being sure of the rudder that you are actually not, running off the runway. You want to keep the tail down because at slow speeds, you may still, if you have a stable tail wheel, you may actually be able to make some difference. If you want to get a little bit of speed though, and you can reliably hold the tail up, you'll want to do that because at a higher speed, the tail wheel will have no impact and will just skid over the ground, no matter how much pressure you think you're putting down on it. So you want to bring the tail up where the rudder can keep the tail steady, keep your motion forward steady. Bring the tail up, gather speed. When you've cleared stall speed, you'll want to rotate, which means you want to pull back on the stick or the yoke if you've got a yoke. My plane had a stick. I was very lucky. It's very much better than a yoke. I have no clue why people use yokes. It's weird. I don't understand it. I just and then you rotate, pull back on the stick, and then the tail comes down, which increases your angle of attack of the wings, and then which increases lift. Angle of attack, of course, being the angle which the wings make relative to the relative wind, and then you get lift and stuff, and then you take off. Then you just like float off the ground. Make sure you have full throttle still, and there you go. Once you've cleared the ground, you want to accelerate a bit to your best climb. If it's short field, then you want to accelerate to your best to VX, which would be best climb for distance traveled. VY would be your best climb rate. VX would be best climb for the distance traveled. That's good. You want to stay that. Then be careful not to stall as you let out the flaps slowly. And you want to pitch. Let's see. Then you want to. That's why you want to accelerate before you bring the flaps out. So then at stall speed, you want to do that. And then you're good to go, sir. Just clear the 50-foot obstacle or whatever it is. And, great. You did it. Nice. That's the takeoff. Once you're at it, and then for the climb, you climb and stuff. And when you reach out to, lean the mixture and stuff, we'll cover that later.
Punt! It'll be my first word. Punt, punted, punter, punters, punting, puntings. Puns, punitive, oh gosh, punitive, oh no, punitive, yes, I love it, it's a good big word, punitive, oops, punitive, baps, no, punks, punker. Punkings. Pukings. Puked. Pushings. Punnings. Puppying. Whatever that means. Puckers, yes.
Published.
Oh man. Alright, this will be easy. Presidential. Come on, let's think of real words here, not fake words. Presidentially. Pressing. Pressure. Pressures. Presting. Preside. Oops. Prespread. Pre. We've done it! Yes! Preppers. Prepping. Presters. Pressuring. Pressure. Prepare. Prepared. Prick. Whoops. Pricks. Pricked. Prickers. Prickings. Propping. Propels. Profession. Proof. Okay. That wasn't bad. It was better than last time. Alright, so that's how you take off. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.